Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Sakyamuni Buddha. Nam mô Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Mahas Sangha, dear brothers and sisters, today is the first of the day of the lunar year. I would like to talk to you about the Lotus Sutra. This sutra, I would like to tell you why, the reason why I choose this Lotus Sutra, because this Lotus Sutra will end of suffering, and in the New Year we all say, oh, Happy New Year to you. It means I would like to use this Dharma talk, and we will end our worries and suffering in the New Year. And in the Lotus Sutra, Buddha Kato is the translator, the threefold Lotus Sutra from Chinese to English. This is the perfect book to read. Buddha Kato is a good translator who used the art of language to write the Sutra of the Buddha in English. The Sutra of innumerable meanings, the Sutra of the lotus flower of the wonderful law, and the Sutra of meditation on the Bodhisattva universal virtue was translated by Buddha Kato. And to understand more clearly about the sutra, we should analyze the details of this book from Buddha's teachings. There are some good parts which the Buddha wants to teach his disciple about the suffering of the life. The Buddha used all manner of skillful means to teaching device to bring being to the state of enlightenment. The Buddha represents the essence of entire universe. Hence, the whole universe, all of its doing, all of its sights, sound, and sensations are activities of perfect enlightenment. One knows that everyone will be a Buddha, and in the timelessness of the present, they are so already. It means all of us, all of living Buddhas will be, all living things, all living beings will cultivate it and get enlightenment and will be a Buddha in the future. As we know that this sutra fundamentally is based on the principles underlying the cause and conditions of the Buddha's appearance in the world. None of the analysis spoken go beyond that. What are the cause of conditions? The sutra says, all Buddhas, the world only one, appear in the world for the cause and conditions of the one important master. The one important master is the knowledge and vision of the Buddha. Worldly people, deluded by external world, attach themselves to the marks, and deluded by the inner world, they attach themselves to the emptiness. we can live among marks and be separate from it, then we will be confused by neither the internal nor external. If we awaken to the Dharma, in one moment our mind will open to enlightenment. The knowledge and vision of the Buddha is simply that. In this Lotus Sutra, the Buddha explained, the Buddha is enlightenment. There are 4 divisions. Number 1, opening to enlightened knowledge and vision. Number 2, demonstrating the enlightened knowledge and vision. Number 3, awakening to enlightened knowledge and vision. Number 4, entering the enlightened knowledge and vision. In the chapter 2 of Lotus Sutra, Buddha said, "Wusens, therefore I say, the Sutra of innumerable meanings and wonderful, profound, and supreme great vehicle is reasonable in its logic, unsurpassed in its words, and protected by all the Buddhas of the 3 worlds. No kind of demon or heretic can break into it, nor can any wrong view of life or life and death destroy it." Bodhisattva Mahasava, if you want to accomplish the supreme Buddhahood quickly, you should learn and master the Sutra of innumerable meanings, such as profound, the supreme great vehicle. The Buddha has a great wisdom, and his anticipation that it's very hard to teach people about this spiritual practice and insights. There are some interesting parable stories in this Lotus Sutra. Now I would like to tell you some interesting story in the sutra. In chapter 3, Buddha used the burning house, and it means the burning house. He tells to his disciple, his student about the burning house. It means living. It means this world. You know, this world look like a burning house, and the father, you know. And the father looking at his burning house, and his children come very cheerful and happy in the burning house, but they didn't know about that. They still play the games, they still play, and they still living in this burning house. And the fathers outside want to tell his children to come out the burning house, but only have the one door, so he didn't know how to bring all of them to come out, and he want his children go out the burning house quickly, and he said, "Oh, my children, do you like the? I have many toys, very big toys, suppose the buffalo vehicle and the deer vehicle and the goat vehicle." And all the children heard that and very like, and they went out the burning house very quickly, and the father was very, very happy. And he gave all of them the buffalo vehicle. And you know, Buddhas will want to say the Father is the Buddha. And his children is living in beings. It means the people and like us, human beings. And the burning house is this world. And when this world is burning, and we just didn't know about that. And the buffalo vehicle is mean the great vehicle, a biggest vehicle. And the deer vehicle is mean the medium vehicle. And the goat vehicle is mean the smallest vehicle. And when the children go out of the house, and the father give all of them the buffalo vehicle, it means all of us can attain the great vehicle equally. So, you know, this story is very interesting, and I would like to tell you about that. And the chapter 4 of the Lotus Sutra, we continue with an interesting story. After hearing Sariputra will attain perfect enlightenment, the other disciples of the Buddha are filled with choice. And to know that a disciple can attain such as a state, they explain how they experience extensions of the sense of ego, but have attained the stagnation in the spiritual evolution. They use the following sample parable to express themselves. And after knowing everybody can Sariputra can get enlightenment and can be a Buddha, and some of the disciples of Buddha gave another interesting parable like this. It means the one son leaves his father and wanders from village to village. After 15 years, the father has grown up and grown rich, very rich, and very old, and longs to see his son again and pass on to him his great wealth. The son accidentally wandered to the village where his father is living. The father sees his son and recognizes him instantly. But the son does not recognize his father. The father wisely understood that son, having only known poverty, could not certainly accept all the wealth of his father. So the father hired a man to work for him without telling him he was his father. After many years, as the father approached death, he was coming to die. So he announced to everybody that this man was his son and would receive all of his wealth. And you know, the Buddha's disciples compare themselves with the son and the Buddha with the father. They had been content with the days ways of nirvana and unexpectedly received entire treasury of Buddha's knowledge. In Lotus Sutra, you know, there's some more interesting story And in chapter 5, this is the title of this chapter 5 is Hope. In the Dharma talk with his disciple Mahakassapa, Buddha has a very specific and clear example to him. In the forest, there are many kinds of various small, medium, big trees and their colors. At that time, there was a pouring rain falling down to the forest. The big trees absorbed much water. The medium tree absorbed medium water. And the small trees absorbed little waters. But they all absorbed water gradually and got fresh. Or in the lotus bond, there are many kinds of different green, white, red lotus rising in the water, rising to the surface of the water, and rising out of the water. But they all gradually blossom freshly and beautifully. Likewise, in its assembly, there are many kinds of various Dharma listeners, being most intelligent, average intelligent, and less intelligent. Through the process of skillfully listening to the Buddha's Dharma talk, they all understand, practice, and apply it into their daily lives to bring benefit, peace, joy, and happiness to marry right in the present life. In the chapter 8, there is a parable of the friends with the jewelry in pocket. I read the sutra for you to understand. The Arahant were over-enjoyed. They put themselves for settling for the state of arahantship, thinking they had attained the final nirvana when they had not. They use the following story to illustrate their feeling. This is as if a man had gotten drunk and fallen asleep at the good friend's house. In the morning, the host tied the precious gem inside the clothing of his friend before he left to carry out his official duties. The man then woke up and wandered to various countries, unaware of the gem he was carrying, working very hard just for food and clothes. After meeting his friend years later, the friend revealed that the man has the gem all along and no longer has to toil. The man is overjoyed. Likewise, the Buddha taught the Arahant how to teach full Buddhahood. But they were content to bury Arahant. Now the Arahant are reminded that they are Bodhisattva destined in the Buddha, and they are ecstatic with joy. You know, in the chapter 12, we will also surprised to know Devadatta was a Buddha's cousin. He caused many trouble in the Sangha. But after that, Buddha said, even Devadatta will become a Buddha and named King of Gods. And even the girl could become a Buddha. You know, as proof, he calls the 8-year-old daughter of the dragon, King Sagara. She is extremely wise. Before the assembly, she becomes a fully awakened Buddha. That means in the Lotus Sutra, we feel very happy because everybody, every living beings in the world, one day, days by day, if we cultivate well, we will be a Buddha. In chapter 16 of the Lotus Sutra, as you know, this kind of scenario is illustrated a parable about the fisher with many children. One day, the children drink poison. Because of the poison, some of children are delirious and refuse to take the medicine. And as their father has given them the medicine, but they didn't drink it. And the father wanted to save his children, and one day the fisher, it means the father, leaves and sends the word back home that he has died. The children are very distressed and feel very sad. And after that, they want to be healthy, and they take the medicine to drink it. And you know, all of them are saved, but some drink, but some not drink. So joyous, the father returns home. In the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha then asked the disciple whether the physician in this parable was guilty of lying, and the disciple said no. Then the Buddha explained that when the power of skillful means is used for the sake of living beings, one isn't guilty of lying, because one is taking circumstance into account. In other words, lying is still against the moral precept, but it's acceptable, or even important. If we want to save somebody, and sometimes we need to lie, look like the physician, he wants to save his children, and he say, "Oh, I die." He died in another country, but when his children take the medicine, and he come back, and that means look like us right now. We don't use the Buddha teaching in our daily life, and here sometimes some people still feel very suffering. That's why I want to tell you, introduce you to the Lotus Buddha teaching in the Lotus Sutra, because this one is very wonderful. Many interesting story, and if we know and we recognize it, we can get enlightenment one day. And thank you very much for your listening today. And because we don't have much time, but I just want to sing a song and about Buddha, because only Buddha we can he can help us. And the song with the English like this, but when I sing, maybe I sing only Vietnamese. So I read English, the meaning first, and you can understand. Today we greet Buddha coming. He smiles with compassionate face. In many years, he is still there. Jacob Buddha, present through darkness. merry world and suffering world. Everybody is happy in 960s. His glory is very brilliant, shines on over the road and sky. Today, we're glad to welcome Buddha, the heart spreads over and fills on over the country. Just has spent in 3,000 years and become Czech Buddha around the countries. Thank you so much. And now I would like to ask you to sing a song in Vietnamese. Thank you.
Play by USB drive.
Tiếp theo là bài Đón Mừng. Tương tự một ngày trước đó đón mừng âm về lại người ôm nghĩ đến mong từ bi lo ngoan qua rồi nhưng lại còn Thank you so much for the listening today, and we will meet you in the next week, and we have another topic. And today my topic is the Lotus Sutra, but I just say some about some interesting parable stories in the sutra, not all of is the sutra, but next week, if you have more time, and if you come, and we have another topic, if you like, and you can come, and I explain for you another one. Thank you so much, and happy Lunar Year. May all of us be well, be happy in the new year. May all living things be free from suffering, and all of the world will be peaceful and healthy in the new year. Thank you so much. Thank you again. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Sakya Mâu Ni Buddha. Nam mô A Di